Hey guys, so welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be about if you're brand new to skate parks and you find yourself hanging around skate parks but don't quite know how to get started in rolling on the ramps and cruising around, then this is the video for you. I'm going to teach you 4 skills you can take to the skate park to get a bit more confident, a bit more comfortable, and to sort of get some presence in the skate park, ride around and have fun. Okay, so I see it all the time when I turn up to skate parks. I see people sat on the side, maybe they're on the benches or sat on their boards, and they kind of sat there, they don't quite know what they're doing. You see them maybe trying to roll a little bit and pushing around. And they can do that, but they don't know what to do next. So I want to kind of share with you in this video what my steps are for teaching my students how to kind of take themselves up the ramps, down the ramps, and just using the skate park facility as it's meant to be used and not just the flat spaces in between the ramps. So before you start with this video and the skills I introduce, you're going to want to be comfortable just riding around, you know, just covering the tool bolts there, taking some pushes and cruising around. So the first skill you can learn in a skate park is just riding up and down a ramp, doing what I call a fakie. You ride up the ramp forwards and you come down it backwards. I treat this like going on a swing. So if you imagine a swing in a playground, when you go up the swing, you lean back. You go up the swing, you lean back this way. Same in a ramp. As you go up the ramp, you just lean away from that ramp. Have your arms forwards and backwards in line with your skateboard. So as you go up the ramp, you're stood up straight on the floor, you roll up the ramp and you lean back, go up the ramp, come down the ramp and you lean back to normal again and roll away. Taking a nice run up and stepping on your board before you reach the ramp, so giving yourself some run up space to get your feet right is really crucial and does really help if you're a beginner with this movement. One other thing I try and advise my students to do is when they've rolled up the ramp and they're rolling away, to turn their heads to look where they're going on the way back. They're rolling fakie at this point, which means backwards in skateboarding, so turning your head to look behind you is really important so you don't crash. So the second skill I want you guys to be able to learn in the skate park is to be able to spin yourselves around after doing a fakie. Now this can start on the flat ground. You're going to want to learn something called pivots. Now pivots are just basically where you put your foot on the tail, your other foot in the middle of the board, you kind of lift your wheels a little bit, turn your arms so you can spin around on the spot. You want to be able to build this up to the point where you're doing it, you know, maybe 90 degrees or a full 180 degrees, you know, 2 steps or 1 whole step to swing yourself the complete other way. So for this trick, all you do is you put your front foot below the bolts a little bit like this, your back foot goes in the tail, and you just, I know you can't see my arms, but I turn my arms around and I'm lifting those wheels a little bit and I just twist my legs as well. To spin more is just a case of swinging your arms a little bit harder and just committing to it as a round trick, not necessarily a tipping up trick. If you tip up too much, your tail will hit the floor and you won't spin. You'll probably end up stepping off or falling over. So just lift your wheels a tiny bit. You don't really need to lean back. Just lift that front knee and lift the board up, but concentrate on actually swinging your weight and your momentum around, and that'll get you around nice and quick. So then once you've done that, you can add these 2 tricks together. You can try the fakie on the ramp, get your feet in position, wind up your arms and swing them around to get that fakie pivot. So that's skill number 2 in the skate park. You've now got your fakies and you've got your fakie pivots. Remember, you can learn these in any order you like, so you don't have to actually learn the fakies first. You can learn the pivots first, then you can learn the fakies, or you could learn tricks 3 and 4, which we're going to cover in a second, first as well. It's just a mix and match, whatever feels comfortable to you. Okay, so if you look across the skate park, you've got some quarter pipes, and these are a bit difficult. Like, I'll show you one. There's one over here. This requires a kind of special trick, a special set of movements. We're not going to cover that in this lesson today, but we are going to cover going down ramps like this, a little slope where you just roll down. Now, as we talked about with the fakie, it's like a swing and you lean back, you lean away from the ramp. With this one, I compare it to a roller coaster. When that roller coaster is going down, it's going down the drop, everybody leans forwards to go down the roller coaster. So this trick is again something that you can practice on the spot. You can just get your feet on the bolts, just pretend like you're rolling down the ramp and just lean forwards. Pretty much getting your chest in line with our knee so that your kind of center of weight is slightly shifted forwards. That way, when the board goes down the ramp and the board starts accelerating because it's going to pick up speed going down the ramp, you're kind of staying with it. You can start off at the top, get your feet in position and just wiggle over the line and then lean forwards. It really is as simple as that. Just try and choose like a nice slow ramp that you're not too scared of and that you're comfortable with. Give it a go, guys. It's not actually that bad. If you need to, you can jump off, right? You can actually just, if you start to feel wobbly or scared, just jump off, run away. Don't worry too much about it, don't stress. It doesn't need to be perfect first try. So the final skill we're going to cover in this video is going to be something called kick turns. Now, kick turns are a way I'm going to show you of turning on a ramp. You go up the ramp, you turn around on the ramp, and you come down. This is different from the first set of skills we learned where you go up and down the ramp and turn on the floor. This one is where you turn on the actual ramp itself. And the pivots that we learned on the floor with your foot on the tail, you know, lifting the front wheels and twisting your arms, this is very useful on this, but there's just a slight difference. We're going to go into it. So my method for teaching this trick is to talk about the triangle method. Now the triangle is basically treating the 3 sections of this trick as completely separate sections. So the first bit is going to be going up the ramp. You might want to go up the ramp at a nice little angle. If you go straight on, you've got to do a full 180 half circle, and that's hard. So go in an angle, out at an angle, okay? Now the first bit you go up is the upwards part of the triangle. You go up first, then you turn around at the highest point, then you come down. They're 3 separate pieces of the triangle. So maybe, you know, you're gonna come up this way, your foot's on the tail, remember? Once you've lost your speed, you whip your arms round, spin around, and lean forwards to come down the other side of the triangle. So make sure to ride in with your foot on the tail, have your arms out, and as you're approaching the ramp, wind your arms up ready to swing at the highest point of the ramp. One thing worth mentioning is don't ride with your front foot too high on the bolts. Try and have a little gap between your front foot and the front bolt so that you don't like weigh the front end of the board down, and that you're sort of narrower and you can spin quicker. And that really basically helps with this trick. Riding in with your foot, your back foot on the tail, ready to lift those wheels and swing those arms. Remember, you can try this on bankings if that's better, or quarter pipes. It doesn't really matter. If you find it difficult, maybe you're going too fast, right? So go in nice and slow, nice and low. You can even do the lower bit of the ramp there, and just take an angle in, angle out approach. Give it a go, swing your arms, and you'll be fine. Okay, so there you have it. Those are my 4 skills that you need to learn in skate parks to be able to cruise around the skate park, have more fun, and basically just claim the park as your own. Get in there, have some fun, don't be afraid to try. So if you've got any friends who are new to skateboarding, hang around at the skate park but don't skate around too much, and you think they could benefit from this video, and then make sure to share it, tag them in it on Facebook or whatever you want to do. Please like the video and subscribe, it'd be really great. This is my full-time job, making these videos and doing skateboard lessons, so that'll be really helpful. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to let us know in the comments if you managed to pull off any of these tricks, and follow us on Instagram and stuff like that. Send your videos in, love to see the progress you guys are making. Thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you all next time.